Let's move on to probably one of the biggest albums that people are talking about right now, Eminem's Revival here. I mean, I think I would consider all of us pretty good Eminem fans, right? We all really like Eminem and all the stuff that he's done in the past, right?
He's a good artist, but I'm not a fan.
Okay.
Huh. Okay.
All right. And 90s, you didn't listen to this project. You stayed away from it. I did listen to it. Me and Dust did. Right off the bat, I'd have to say this album is really trash. I try to be more eloquent in my opinions and my reviews here, but I mean, this is just really disappointing. This is his album that it took him 4 years to really come out. I mean, his last album was Marshmallow's LP2 that came out in 20.
That was better than this.
Yeah, that was better than this.
That was way better than this.
Yeah, I had a more enjoyable time listening to that than this. I thought Marshmallow's LP2 is decent. It's okay. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
it's all right.
I would say the best songs in Marshall Mathers 2 are reminiscent of the first LP and really do bring back a nice feeling from it. Like, especially the beginning song, direct continuation, and I really like that.
Mm.
And then the rest are just occasional headbangers for the sake of occasional headbangers and feel more like his more recent work rather than his past.
Yeah. And coming in this project Revival,
I don't know what the hell he was doing for this one. I'm going to be honest.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like because the beginning track, Walk on Water, with Beyonce, which, well, first of all, let's just take a look at this track list, number
Yes,
one.
please.
Because this track list is quite interesting here.
The fact 19 tracks.
19 tracks. Okay, so you got Walk on Water with Beyonce. You got Claro Stipik with Pressure. With Pressure's the only other rapper, he's the only rapper that's featured on this record. Like, no, there's no other rapper.
Conveniently, one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other rapper here other than him. You have River with Ed Sheeran. You have Like Home with Alicia Keys. You have Bad Husband with the X Ambassadors. You have Tragic Endings with Skylar Grey.
You have Nowhere Fast with
Kehlani. Yeah, you have Need Me with Pink.
And Need Me with Pink.
Now, when you look at that features, I mean, 90s, does that excite you as a listener of hip hop to listen to, have all those pop features on there?
Pink?
Yeah.
I mean, I like Pink's music. I just think that she is kind of not used effectively here. I mean, the issue is with a lot of these features is I think they sound like they belong on an entirely different album. Like they sound like they're just, I mean, completely separate from what he's discussing here. And I think a lot of the theme of this album, because like I said, you have beginning on Walk on Water with Beyonce, and it's a lot of him discussing, is he the same person he used to be? He has a lot of people criticize him, saying that he's not the same M he was before. Can he ever recapture that same magic that he had? Can he ever be as great as he was previously when he made Slim Shady LP, when he made the first Marshall Mathers LP? Can he ever retain that greatness? And I think that's kind of echoed throughout a little bit, as far as comes off a little bit desperate, a little bit of somebody who, he's trying to recapture that same thing that made him that great Eminem that we all know, that legend that he is. Because a lot of this record, one, he's coming at Trump a lot in this record in different songs.
Yeah, he does.
Which is just like, he did it in the BET Cypher that we talked about before when that happened. And,
right, but again, that was also a cappella, and he was doing it in front of a bunch of other people spitting, and you could forgive that for him just going off.
Right. And
not sitting down for 4 years and making a goddamn album.
Yeah. And when that happened, I was like, cool, he did that. That's cool, whatever, he's done that before.
He got his energy out.
Yeah. But he did give a radio interview, and he said that, I'm kind of, surprised that Trump didn't respond to me. Because it seems like he's trying to, bring up that controversy again, and make people hate him, make himself be public enemy number one like he was before, and it comes off as desperate. I mean, he's talking about Ivanka, and he gives a line of how he says he wants to like lock her in a trunk and stuff like that.
He's trying to rebottle up lightning like he used to.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And obviously, Eminem, early 2000 Eminem can't exist in this type of culture that we live in now, 2017 culture. That Eminem can't do the same things he used to. But he
I
probably,
disagree. I think he just can't be as famous as he is now.
I
I
mean,
think you can
maybe.
still have that ruthlessness. Still, it just needs to come differently in a different package.
Yeah, I think he's trying to channel that ruthlessness into somebody that people generally hate, which is Trump. And like, but he's not saying anything about him that's that scathing. Like he's saying, okay,
Yeah,
he's
that's the part that was the part that really weirded me out is you're making all this big game, but where's you're trying to be ruthless, chomping down on them, but where's the teeth? Where's the
right,
actual things that sink in and really go like, ooh, oh shit, I can't believe he just said that. He
Here,
doesn't once make me go, oh god. There's nothing's ever gonna top. I think he reached his magnum opus of awkwardness early when he did like what was it like you and me where he did the song where he literally did a fictitious what if I kill my wife, take my daughter on a trip, use actual clips of his daughter's voice in it and put her in a trunk and then threw her into the ocean, just you and me, Bonnie and Clyde, and like, oh my god, this guy's a psycho.
right. Yeah, I mean, that was the Eminem we knew and loved, back
Yeah,
then.
now
Um,
he just feels like an old man,
yeah.
can't believe his country is falling into whatever is happening.
Like on the song, like Home, with Alicia Keys. Like I said, it sounds like they're on two completely different
Yeah.
tracks. I mean, you know what I mean? Like that's one of my worst tracks here is Like Home, and he's saying like Trump is an Aryan, he's like Hitler. It's like, okay, people have said that before. That's not nothing new. Like to compare, Trump to Hitler to KKK people, and like that's okay. That's nothing new. We've already heard that plenty of times before. You're not saying anything that's that breaking or new. And like a lot of the stuff is just like it's him trying to, like I said, trying to recapture the same lightning in the bottle, and he's not saying anything that's that interesting or that new. Jay-Z, you see what an older rapper can do in the later stage of his career, like what Jay-Z did with 444. And
Oh yeah, where
eh,
he tackled what it meant to be an older rapper
yeah, and
head on.
And granted, I mean, he had something in his life that went on that probably motivated him to do that more. Because his project before Magna Carta was completely just uninspired, just like kind of
Yes, it was uninspired.
like Marshall Mathers LP2 was. And they came in that same position where they both came out with records that were kind of uninspired, kind of like that. That were decent. I was like, okay, whatever. But it's in the list of his discography, Magna Carta not be remembered. But 444 will, because of his situation that happened with his wife and cheating and how that really affected him. I don't think anything in Eminem's life has really, been that big or earth shattering that much. That
Nice. He's not drinking. He drinks. He's not drugging as he used to.
yeah.
He's not. He's on a pretty straight and narrow life at this point, just chilling out in Detroit, hanging out with friends, and living a pretty good and decent life. And he's now in his 40s.
yeah,
I mean, this pretty much he's hitting his golden years at this point.
because
Exactly.
maybe the album should expand it on that more of how he's changed and
Yeah,
he's
I thought
grown.
the funniest track was him and Kendrick or him talking about like his life everyday shit on LP2 was like he's taking his shit and someone wants his autograph. He's like, ah, god damn it.
Right,
I
yeah.
thought that was funny. Like if you're just gonna do that, just make a whole album of jokes and just being like of how much like even though I'm rich, like and people still want this, or how I go up to a club and it's like nobody remembers me and you're like, god damn it. Like I'm fucking Eminem.
Right. And I mean, and when he's not dissing Trump, he's talking about various political issues other than him, social issues.
How do
Like
you feel about him talking about being on the other side of the tracks and talking about being a black guy and being on because he was a part of Section 80, which
right,
is where the really really poor shit is.
yeah.
So how do you feel about that song?
Because that was on the song Untouchable, right? Where he's going
Yes.
white boy, white boy. That song was awful as well. I thought that song was. It felt like really like a white guy who's trying so hard to make himself not racist by pointing out the racism of white people. It's like trying really really hard. I thought that was absolutely terrible. So that's one of my worst tracks as well. I thought that was really bad. I mean, it's hard to find tracks on here that I liked. I'll be honest with you.
What about Chloroseptic?
Chloroseptic. That's decent, I guess. I mean, I mean, if I had to pick one, it's decent, I guess.
I've never seen you this like.
I mean, it's decent.
I think
I
I bet on the right horse in this situation.
I mean, you got all these, yeah, it's with all these pop features because it seems like he's trying to. I mean, because he's had big success with pop people coming on to do records, like when he did, the Love the Way You Lie, with Rihanna, when he did, Monster, when she was on, his LP2, when he did Stan, that had a pop, song in there that he
He even
used.
mentions the fact that he's like, I wrote Stan. I'm like, yeah, and that was like what 20 something years ago now.
Stan, that was like, yeah, that was almost over a decade ago. Yeah, that he
It's
wrote.
almost like it's like
I mean,
14 years ago now.
granted, it is one of the greatest songs ever written. Granted, but
Possibly, yes, it is possibly the greatest song ever written.
I mean, yeah,
One of the.
yeah, I mean, it's up there. I mean, it's one of the greatest, songs
I
ever
mean, his
written.
legacy will never be forgotten.
Right.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But if he keeps releasing shit like this,
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I'll listen to his. I'll listen to what was it? Encore. I'll listen to Encore before I listen to Revival again.
Yeah.
Most of the songs, the biggest sin for me, if you've been talking about it a bit, but the
Mhm.
biggest sin I have for this whole track list is you have 19 songs. That's too damn long for a single album.
Right.
That is way too long. You didn't have enough to release two albums at once and make it a part one and a part two. Unless you're doing like a Kendrick Lamar and you're trying to make a theme of it, each one has a theme and they're short. They're all middling between like 3 to 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Those are long fucking songs. And most of them, I'm gonna tell you, I listened to this album. I can't tell you a single one I listened to. I can't off the top of my head and say, well, this one was a banger or this one was really good that I really remember. It was just the same thing every single time. And I can't, like, they're different subjects. And I don't care who was on it. The only reason I remember Chloroseptic is because this had a decent beat and I heard someone else rapping alongside him.
Mhm.
But other than that, it's just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. I forget what was the track where it was the I Love Rock and Roll thing. What was that track? I can't remember what exactly track that was, but
Like it might be Remind Me.
I
Yes, Remind Me.
You remind me. That's fucking trash too. He does because he does.
It was when I heard that song, I went, "All right, either you're gonna do the Beastie Boys thing." When I thought Going Berserk was actually one of his more fun songs
Uh,
on that album, and I'm like, "All right, if you do that, that'll be fun." But it's like, "I love you," and it's just, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "What? What?"
because he did that in Marshall Mathers LP too. Like he took like a song from like the Zombies and he implemented that into one of his songs. Like he did that.
Right, and that
yeah.
kind of worked. Kind of.
Yeah, Rhyme or
He-
Reason. Yeah, he did that with that song. And,
Yeah, like that kind of worked, but the
Yeah.
one that he did with Berserk was the best fusion he did on that album with it.
Yeah.
Just because he had a great manic versatility when he was doing it. I felt like he really gave a shit in that one, or at least was really having fun with that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, he just seems so dour and just kind of not having fun with himself and trying to be super serious that I went, I love you, buddy. I really do. I can't. You're a dick sometimes to gay people, which fine, whatever. It's your prerogative. I ain't gonna. That's not gonna stop me from listening to your albums. And you're kind of a dick sometimes, but you know what? It comes with the territory. But seriously, step your game up, because this makes the Marshall Mathers LP too look like fucking Citizen Kane in comparison. At least I remember things from LP too. And before that, I would say people were like, "Oh, well, Recover was actually really good," and Recover is
It's
compared
decent.
to this
Yeah.
and LP2. Recover is one of his best albums he's done.
Yeah. I mean,
That
at least
one you can tell he's like coming to terms with some shit.
at least Encore has Just Like Toy Soldiers. This album does not have.
Yes,
This
thank you.
album does not
There's
have
Toy
just.
Soldiers, Mockingbird. There's some of his he has some of his best songs. The album itself isn't very good, but he does have like really great singles in those. But this, I can't remember a single goddamn thing he did. And to me, that's the greatest sin.
Yeah.
The most I remember is Tragic Endings. Remind Me because it was so bad.
Yeah.
Bad Husband, kind of, and Nowhere Fast because I kind of like the beat, and Chloroseptic because it was fresher. Other than that, I don't remember shit about this album. Don't.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna skip it. We're gonna go to ratings. I'm gonna go to ratings. I don't know about you, but I'm done talking about this album.
Mm.
It's don't tune in. Don't bother.
Yeah.
Skip it. I mean, if you're a big Eminem fan, listen to it once for posterity on Spotify. Just listen to it on Spotify once, and then you can go back to listening to any of the albums you usually listen to.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice that he has more oeuvre out there to listen to, but this is not the Eminem everybody I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to agree. I would say, yeah, don't tune into this. I mean, Eminem stands. I mean, they're already pretty heavily defending this album and saying it's great. So if you want to believe that, go ahead.
All right, if you want to suck his dick, fine.
Fave tracks. Oh my God, what do I pick? Jesus, I guess. Jesus,
You're like putting a gun to your head.
I mean, okay, what's a song I go back to? Maybe, maybe Believe Me. Maybe, I don't know. Believe Me, I guess. And then
So
least
defeated.
fave tracks, like Home. I think it's terrible. Remind Me. I think it's bad. I think Untouchable's bad.
There is no Believe Me, by the way.
Oh, I mean Believe. I'm sorry, Believe. Sorry, Believe. I think the first 3 tracks are kind of decent. I guess Walk on. I mean, I didn't hate Walk on Water. I didn't hate Chloroseptic. I didn't
It
hate
just
it.
felt out of place.
Yeah.
But it set the tone for the album.
Yeah. River is bad. I don't like River.
Was that connected to Walk on Water, River?
No, I don't think so. I
Okay.
don't think it was. No. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Need Me was also bad. I didn't like that song either. Yeah.
But that Nerd album though.
Yeah, the Neuron's pretty good though. Yeah, I mean, I think on the final track he says like he might just pack it up. Like this might be his final thing. This is it. If this is it, man.
What a fucking way to go. I would have rather the LP2 have been his last.
Yeah. I mean, I
If,
think
at least in LP2 it had a nice kind of finale. It ended near with the kind of like the Evil Twin thing, which was fine. And then if you had the bonus album, he did because he wanted to put that extra thing. I think it was Buck. It wasn't Bucktooth or something. It was a pun on the shot. Boomstick. That was actually a really fun last banger track that they didn't get to put on the album officially, so it came as an extra if you got that. But yeah, man, if this is it, he died a dog's death.
Yeah.
Like you need to I don't care if he releases a fucking EP and that's his last thing ever. If he releases an official EP and has 5 banger tracks and it's a small theme album and it just has him back to his energy, I will forgive him for this. But if this is it, fuck Eminem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the damage is done already. I do not want him to attempt to do this again because he's gonna try to go the extra mile and he's gonna go back to drugs. He's probably gonna overdose.
If he does, at least he'll die a warrior's death.
This was a shame. Hello, thanks for checking out our content. If you liked it, let us know, and if you didn't, let us know that as well. If you want to see more content, we post every Saturday on SoundCloud and YouTube at The Afternoon Tune. You can also find us through various social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all one word at The Afternoon Tune. And if you don't deal with any of that social media stuff, you can also find us through our email at theafternoontune@gmail.com. And don't forget to always stay tuned.